It's the Jacksonville Buzz. Amy West, Grant Smith, Adrian Houghton. From Studio 2 at Buzz TV, this is the Jacksonville Buzz.
Welcome back to the Jacksonville Buzz. We've got a great show today, and it's incorporating art and food. And we're starting off with Phoenix Arts District founder, Christy Frazier.
I had Black Fly on, and we talked all things art, Bahamas, and food.
And a donut shop with a cult following, I have Mini Bar Donuts in. Stick around, we'll be right back.
Massage Envy revolutionizes your massage. Introducing See Me Boost, 6 highly concentrated serums with active ingredients that deliver skin-enhancing benefits for your entire body. Combine them with our new specially formulated massage lotions to offer skin-enhancing benefits to your massage experience. Discover your See Me Boost today, an innovative boost to your total body care routine, only at Massage Envy.
Welcome back to the Jacksonville Buzz. I'm privileged to be joined today by Christy Frazier, an entrepreneur, a mosaic artist, and one of the most colourful creative leaders in Jacksonville. Welcome, Christy.
Hi. How are you?
It's a pleasure to actually have you here and talk about this subject, because I want to know, first of all, what's inspired you to create the Phoenix Arts District, because I know that's probably one of your foremost missions at the moment.
One of my jobs.
One of your jobs, yes.
Yeah. I guess from my heart, it's probably from a long time ago, it's getting better, the lack of arts here. Downtown, there's fantastically lots of things to do, but when I was younger, I really wanted to take art classes, and there weren't a lot of things available. So in this district, I would love to have our art school that I've been working on, and more of a place to gather for entertainment and culture, and just the wanting of more things to happen.
Things to happen.
Yeah.
Now, this obviously started a long time ago. Tell me a little bit about yourself and how you got to actually wanting to create all of this.
I'm a creator. I can't stay still. So I've said before, if it isn't scary, then I don't want to do it. I get bored really easy.
Really?
So yeah. Really
I didn't know that.
Really? Yeah.
Especially as an artist, because you've got to
Yeah.
be on the game all the time,
Yeah.
I suppose.
Yeah. So, and maybe selfishly, I wanted a studio, and I wanted to have a place where myself and everyone I know could come and do stuff.
But it hasn't always been art, has it? I mean, what was it? What was your first? I guess new project.
When I was young.
Yes.
When I was 25, I started renovating houses, and then opened my first bar in 1999. So.
Sorry. You said houses and then a bar. I mean, so different. Mm-hmm. And you just.
I like creating things.
Ah.
I like destruction, and then taking something that's not awesome, and then making it beautiful.
Making it awesome.
Yeah, and then I'm ready to do something else.
That's definitely the artist in you.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the Phoenix Arts District, because you acquired these fantastic buildings. Mm-hmm. How long ago?
The first one was 2.5 or 3 years ago, and the other 2 were probably a year and a half ago.
And what have the challenges been in trying to get them up and running and working? Because they're in Springfield, correct?
Northern Springfield.
Right.
So 12th Street is the last historic block, and then you have train tracks, and then it's basically
the other side of the track.
It is. So then you go into the warehouse district, basically.
Okay.
And it was forgotten, and these I got at a pretty good price because they need
a lot of renovation.
A lot of work.
You are hoping to get the Jacksonville, Florida School of the Arts up and running, and I know that you have events to raise money for this because it's a non-profit organization. Right. Do you ever need volunteers? Do you want people to get in touch with you? How do people find out more about the Phoenix Art District and Christy Fraser?
Right now they can go and find me on Facebook, or Phoenix has a Facebook page. We both have websites. I say me and Phoenix.
Right.
Volunteering I'll definitely need in the spring when we have our next
wonderful
Phoenix Rising Festival.
Okay. Well, I hope that you'll be able to come back in the spring and we'll be able to tell people more about what the events are and how to get in touch. Great. So for more information about Christy Fraser and the Phoenix Arts District, go to phoenixartsdistrict.com and christyfraser.com. We'll be right back after these messages.
Welcome back to your Amy West Travel Minute. Traveling with a friend can be an enlightening experience. It can make or break your relationship. These are my do's and don'ts for traveling with friends. Do communicate liberally. Don't be vague. Now is not a time for Mrs. Nice Guy. Make sure you're on the same page when it comes to budget, priorities, and scheduling. Next up, do share the planning. Don't expect your friend who likes to plan to be your tour guide because they don't want to be. Do be committed. Don't be flaky. No one likes someone who backs out of the planning midstream, or better yet, gets on the trip and checks out before it's even time to go. Be committed from wheels up to landing, so to speak. Next up, do bring a positive attitude and good energy. Don't be afraid to take a few minutes to yourself. Sometimes those few minutes alone are enough to reset you and give you a great day the rest of your travel day. And finally, do be present. Don't be on your phone the whole day. No one wants to go on a trip with you and your phone. This has been your Amy West Travel Minute. To find out more about this topic, visit amywesttravel.com.
Welcome back to the Jacksonville Buzz. My guests today have found a unique way to blend art, food, and fishing. Please welcome owners of Black Fly, Gene and Vaughn Cochran. How are you guys?
Very well.
Good,
thank you.
And you made the drive all the way from St. Augustine today.
We did.
It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure to have you both.
We had to bring in extra supplies just to get here because it was so far.
And I see the supplies that you brought our team here. So thank you so much. You guys have 2 restaurants on the First Coast. You have a fishing lodge in the Bahamas. You have a fishing outfitter in Jacksonville. And Vaughn, you're an accomplished artist. But let's start with the fishing lodge in the Bahamas. Tell us a little bit more about that, Jean.
The Fishing Lodge in the Bahamas is a beautiful, small, boutique-type hotel. It is a dedicated fishing lodge, and we have 8 guest rooms.
Wow.
So it's located in southern Abaco, and we're surrounded by some of the best fishing on the planet. Our permit wall is filling up with catches.
Yes.
We focus on fly fishing, of course, and we are very lucky to have wonderful partners there. Our managing partner, Clint Kemp, is a force of nature, and he's created a situation where you feel like you're coming home. We have a lot of repeat guests. And I do all the booking, so I'm intimately involved in the management on this side of the lodge.
And this is the Abacos in the Bahamas, right?
Exactly.
Right.
It's in a small development, a harbor town called Schooner Bay.
Okay.
And Schooner Bay, so our lodge sits right on the harbor, overlooking an island full of beautiful homes to the east. So you wake up and have a cup of coffee with very, very inspirational sunrises.
I bet.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to guess some of Vaughn's art is hanging in this this lodge. Vaughn, tell us a little bit more how you got started in the art world.
Let me just say this. I figured out that if you're the owner, they can't throw your artwork out.
I love it. I love it.
No, we got started years ago. When I met Clint, we were working on a project to locate places for fishing lodges, and he had been approached by the Schooner Bay Company to do a fly fishing assessment if the area that we were in would support a fishing lodge. So he called me to do this job. So I went over there. We fished for 3 days, and at the end of the 3 days, we were sitting on top of a roof of this really crazy little hotel.
Just gorgeous, I'm sure.
And drinking rum and smoking Cuban cigars.
That's the way it's supposed to start in the Bahamas.
Well, I was going to say that's the only way you should make a decision like this, you know.
No
And
question.
so I said, Clint, why don't we do this? I mean, there's really no reason. He said, well, how are we going to do it? I said, I have no idea, but we're going to do it.
What year was this?
It was 8 years ago.
Wow.
So,
wow, that's fantastic. So I'm sure the fishing has inspired your art. Tell me a little bit more how you got started in the art world.
You know, I've always done artwork. I was the kid that got in trouble for drawing in the margins of my books, and that's, I mean, I've just always done it. And then growing up in St. Augustine, I was surrounded by other artists and potters and painters and all that sort of thing. It was just kind of meant to be, you know, one of those things. So when I went to college, I, you know, majored in art, and I just haven't stopped. You know, I was fortunate to work with a lot of really, really good people. Some of my instructors were, you know, they understood the lifestyle and how you have to work at it every day, and how much energy and intensity is involved in doing this day to day to day. So
passion as well.
Yeah,
no question about
I
it.
have a favorite quote from an artist, Chuck Close, who said, he said, inspiration is for amateurs. The rest of us just get up and go to work.
Nice. I love it. That is good stuff. So you guys, and by the way, this is an iconic piece of, you know, when you go into your restaurants, that is painted by you on the wall at the Black Fly Cafe.
And at the restaurant in St. Augustine.
I was going to say, but it's not on the wall. It's it's a painting, correct?
No, it's on the wall too.
Oh, it is. Wow, it's everywhere.
We made that a signature piece.
So that is kind of the iconic Black Fly brand there.
Right.
So, well, I can't ignore this any longer. So, Gene, I know you're kind of you're in charge of these restaurants. You're in those kitchens every day, and you know what's going on. Walk us through what you've brought here today.
Well, you know, fly fishing takes us to some beautiful places.
It sure does.
Vaughn and I have been lucky enough to live and work in cultures from Latin America to the Caribbean.
Yes.
And so you'll find a great Caribbean influence in our food. So I would start with our trigger fish. We always have fresh fish, which our fish and shrimp are sourced locally out of Mayport. The trigger can be prepared anyway, but we love to serve it with plantains and some black peas and yellow rice.
No question about it.
But this dish right here, conch fritters, these are authentic Bahamian conch fritters.
And they're hard to find as good as those are.
Absolutely.
You just don't go in anywhere. A lot of people have conch fritters, but not like those.
This is not a marketing ploy. We mentioned Clint Kemp earlier, manager. It's his grandmother's recipe.
Wow.
So they're delicious.
So you have a direct line on Bahamian cooking. You really do.
Which we develop, which we foment. I would also mention that the conch chowder is also the authentic recipe from the Bahamas. The Cuban sandwich is really influenced by our time in Key West.
Wow.
And there's a lot of ways to make a Cuban sandwich, but this one is authentic. Key lime pie, key lime pie is the perfect end to any dinner or lunch. And we do signature desserts too. This is a small sampling, but it's a seafood restaurant basically.
Right. Well, I'll tell you, this looks so great, and I can't wait to dig into it later. Can you tell everyone how they can reach you and how they can find the Black Fly brand?
Yep. There's a number of ways to reach us. Black Fly Outfitter and Taproom, Cafe and Taproom is located at 11702 Beach Boulevard. That's here in Jax. And the phone number at the cafe is all 904, of course, 646-0007. And at the Outfitter is 997-2220. And that is also the number to get information about booking a trip to Black Fly Lodge.
Fantastic. And if somebody is interested in your art, they can go through those avenues as well, correct?
Absolutely. We have websites, of course, and we're on all the social media platforms, so you can contact us there.
That's great. Thank you so much for coming on.
Our pleasure. Thank you.
It's good to have you. I can't wait to get to the restaurant.
Yay.
Thanks so much for joining us, and we'll be right back on the Jacksonville Buzz.
Greetings, I'm Adrienne Houghton and welcome to my Fashion Focus. Today I'm going to be concentrating on 5 neutral colours to wear for this coming fall-winter season. These can be mixed and matched or worn alone for a head-turning stunning look. The first one is Sargasso Sea. It's the newest incarnation of navy blue. It's dark, intriguing and appealing. My second choice is Tofu. This will definitely be your go-to off-white staple. Number 3, Almond Bluff, shown on the runways for evening gowns, jackets and trench coats. Number 4 is Quiet Grey, a temperate, cool shade of grey that is perfect for athleisure wear. And for the final neutral for this coming season, it's Meerkat, a shade that exudes warmth and is perfect as a solid and as a base for patterns and prints. I'm Adrienne Houghton, and thank you for watching Fashion Focus.
Welcome back. We are joined in the studio today by a really exciting guest. If you live at the beaches or really anywhere in Jacksonville, you've probably heard of the cult following Mini Bar Donuts. Definitely a favorite of mine. I'm joined by Chase Sams, who is, you like to call yourself the chief dishwasher and financier, co-owner of Mini Bar Donuts. It's you and your wife, correct?
Yes, ma'am, it is.
And I was getting a little bit more of your story earlier, but I want to hear why donuts? You guys had a diverse background, the both of you. What led you to creating Mini Bar Donuts?
Yeah, we were visiting family out in Seattle in the Pacific Northwest about 12 years ago, and just fell in love with this spot that kind of brought together really good coffee and really good donuts and had a really good atmosphere. And we kind of hit a segue here in Jacksonville between transitioning of careers, and we just joked about it. And then at one point we're just like, let's get real about it. And so we tried out a bunch of different recipes, different kind of approaches to donuts, and then fell in love with mini donuts and just kind of took off.
How long did it take you to kind of experiment with some of these flavors? I heard it was a
about
little bit of time.
It was 6 to 8 months of in our kitchen when the kids went down to sleep. It was grinding out, frying donuts for a couple hours before the kids went after the kids went down.
That sounds like a terrible job taste testing all those flavors.
Yeah, right.
Like,
it was a bite.
It
was a bite here, put it down, bite here, put it down, bite here, put it down. But
I love it.
We fell in love with minis, just the variety and just to be able to kind of change things up and stuff. So
biggest question here: what is your favorite flavor?
I'm not a big chocolate fan. My go-to pack is always going to be the maple bacon, and we have a secret menu, which I guess is not so secret anymore. I like toaster strudel, and so it's a strawberry icing. It's the same topping that goes on our coffee cake, which is like a cinnamon streusel, and then a raspberry sauce on it. So it's just kind of bring back memories.
Sounds delicious. Actually, so I frequent your location. It's actually one of my favorite places to go after the gym because then I earned it. My very favorite is the chocolate peanut butter. Is that how you call it? Or peanut butter chocolate?
The peanut butter cup.
Oh my gosh. It is so good. It's so decadent. Well, one of the things I really love is that you are so kid-friendly. You guys have won some awards recently for that reason.
Yeah, so Beaches Leader gave us the award of most kid-friendly place at the beaches, so we're really excited.
You've had some other recognition as well.
Yeah, for 7 months of being open right now, it's we've got we're up for Best New Business right now. We won Void's Best Donut. We were the Beaches Leader. It's been pretty crazy.
That's major. And how long have you been open now?
7 months. So.
Oh my gosh! So in under a year, that's some pretty massive recognition. One of the things that I love is how much you involve other brands into your own business. So you're serving Bold Bean Coffee. What are some of the other brands that you've worked with and ways that you've given back to the community? Yeah,
so we use Bold Bean. We use stuff from Sweet Pete's. We use their caramel sauce, the recipe for the caramel sauce. We also use their popcorn. Bold Bean's one of our biggest people that we work with. We work with local companies like Stitches and Screens for all of our merchandise. We try to stay as local as we possibly can and just kind of show Jacksonville that there's much more to Jacksonville than just what you think is right here. We're so kind of separated. San Marcos stays in San Marcos, beaches stays in the beaches, and just there's so much to give in just the Jacksonville community. So we try to partner up as many people as we can.
And as we're wrapping up, I did want to touch on the fact that you guys are going to be opening a kiosk very soon. Is that correct?
Yep. Into fall, right before the winter time. Yep. You'll be able to get your bold bean.
And so if people are wanting to come and get Mini Bar Donuts for themselves, how do they find you?
You can find us on Instagram. It's the best place to go. So it's at Mini Bar Donuts, or you can visit us on our website.
Well, Chase, we're so glad that you came. I cannot wait to dig into some of these donuts and these mugs. I've been lusting after them for a while, so I'm super happy I get to enjoy my coffee and represent Duval. Thanks again, and we hope that you'll come back and see us again soon.
Of course, always happy.
All right, we'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Grant Smith and welcome to my Foodie Minute. Today I'm going to take you around Jacksonville to the most romantic restaurants. First stop, Avondale. We're going to go to Orsay. They have rustic French fare, casual, sophisticated, and don't forget to stop by their raw bar. Next, we're going to San Marco in Town Hall. It's intimate, it's a seasonal American menu, but remember, reserve a table near their open kitchen. Next, downtown, and we're going to go to Calford Chop House. White tablecloths, prime steaks, red wine, dine on the second level, and don't forget, have a pre or post-dinner drink on the rooftop. Next, Pontevedra and Madure, Mediterranean, French, Asian-inspired restaurant, intimate lounge. Grab a booth in the lounge because they have live music Wednesday through Saturday. And finally, Neptune Beach, Doro, seasonal American fine dining. It's small, it's intimate. Get a table at the bar and save this for a special occasion. I'm Grant Smith, and thank you for joining me on my Foodie Minute.
And welcome back. You know, I don't think it's any secret that we are all major foodies here, although we give Grant most of the credit. We all like to eat. But you were telling us about a really cool chef's dinner.
Oh yeah, my wife, we just had a birthday, and you've got to surprise your spouse somehow, right? Mm-hmm. So I hired a local chef. He cooked for the Black Fly, and I was in there one night. I met him at the bar, and next thing I know, he's in my kitchen, and I kept him in his comfort zone because it's not something he normally does. And I had him cook. Yeah, I had him cook a special that I had tried prior in the restaurant.
Okay.
And fish and parchment paper, and so I supplied all the ingredients and had him over and totally surprised her, blew her mind.
It looked delicious.
It did look
delicious.
Fantastic. And that really, I mean, you got like major husband points there because that was extremely thoughtful. Yeah. Like if somebody did that for me for my birthday, I would be over the moon. Was she just?
It was a lot of work, though.
So excited.
It really was a lot of work. I didn't do the cooking, but going out and getting the exact ingredients he needed. He's cooking in a foreign, so there is some. But if you give yourself enough leeway, enough time, you can make it happen.
What was your favorite course?
Oh gosh, everything was great, but he made the dessert ahead of time. So I provided the ingredients to him ahead of time, a day before, and the night before the party he made creme brulee at his home and then brought it over. So that made it easier for him as well. So there was definitely some thought that went into this.
Nice. Oh my goodness. I mean, it just the pictures that you shared were just magnificent. Yeah. How did you keep her out of the house?
Great question. I waited till she jumped in the shower.
Are you serious?
Which could have gone really badly, or could have gone really
I texted and said, Taylor, come on. So he came on in the house, and she heard somebody talking, and she peeked her head around the corner, and she's like, oh my gosh, my husband has surprised me again.
Yeah,
so,
well done. That's wonderful.
Yes, it was awesome.
Golly.
What have you had going on?
Fashion stuff, one thing after another. I mean, it's the beginning of the fall season, although is it really fall in Florida? I mean, you know, fall, winter. But there's some wonderful things coming out. I mean, people forget that these were shown on the runway last year.
Right.
So, you know, now we're coming around to being able to purchase these beautiful, rich colors. And the clothing, I think pretty much anything goes nowadays. I mean, literally, if you enjoy wearing something, wear it.
So there's no rules.
Yeah, there's not really any rules.
It's about confidence, right?
It is about confidence.
Yeah.
I think more than anything, it's important for the men, because men are doing a little bit more with their fashion than just throwing a polo shirt on or wearing a pair of trousers. They're really focusing on what makes them look good. And I think that's really important.
Yeah.
And so next week, I'm going to be focusing on a little bit of male fashion focus.
Nice.
Yes.
I can use all the help I can get.
So question for you.
Yes.
Does like the man jumpsuit, like the onesie, is that on your list?
Oof. You're killing me over here.
She asked me. I have to say no.
We're not in LA.
Not showing up.
It's not a staple for the man's autumn-winter wardrobe.
New York or Los Angeles maybe, but not in the South.
I don't know how I feel about the man onesie. I see some guys that I'm like, okay, he can wear it. But then I see others I'm like, no, just stop. Just stop.
I have to say that the only guys that I've ever seen wearing these onesies are gay.
Yeah.
And that's fine because it's a confidence thing.
Yeah.
And some of them have spandex, which is great. Some of them need spandex.
I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
Can go into that comment in and of itself.
Men really wear onesies?
Yes.
They do. Look at them.
Yes.
Wow.
Everyone's dying in the studio.
I'm going to have to find one and bring it for you.
She's going to add it in.
Yeah.
So I want to hear all about these cinnamon roll socks. Those are on your list, I'm sure, right?
My buddy,
special socks.
My buddy over here gifted these to me.
I love it. I love it.
So I turned 42 last month, and she showed up with a bottle of wine and at an event we were doing, and these socks, and I love it forever.
Perfect.
So, and we had mini bar on the day, so I had to have something sweet on.
Okay.
Yes.
This is a really good topic itself. Is like best gifts you've received or given. So you've given a really great gift in this surprise dinner. Obviously, the socks were a really great gift. I had mentioned previously, but I hadn't told you yet. One of the best gifts I ever got, and it literally brought me to tears. My husband, for our anniversary, gave me a reproduction of my wedding flowers because I lost them at my wedding,
that's
and they
a
were
great
silk.
idea.
Yeah, I had silk flowers. So he surprised me and had the lady that had created my bouquet recreate them because it had always been something that made me really sad that I lost them.
That's fantastic.
Isn't that incredibly thoughtful?
That's
wow.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
And you know that this ties back to the love languages. I can't remember how many they are because I'm a male, but I do know my love language and I know my wife's love language. And if you know your spouse's or significant other's love language, that's the key to everything right there. And by the way, my love language is the gift giving, and my wife's love language is acts of service. So if I was to cut the yard or paint for her or haul something away, build something. Oh yeah, that's
my love language. I've taken the test twice. It's literally all of them, like a solid tie. So
come on,
I'm just a living
narrow
conundrum.
it down to one. Come on.
Yeah, I made it super easy. I really do like physical touch, so I'm a very cuddly person.
Yeah.
But also, I think words of encouragement are huge for me. Yeah.
Well, we could keep this topic going for ages because, as you can see, it's easy for us to chat amongst ourselves. But thank you very much for joining the Jacksonville Buzz. We look forward to seeing you again soon.
Wenn ich auf hohen Bergen stehe, wird mir ums Herz so wohl. Ich schau ins tiefe Tal hinab ins schöne Land Tirol. Ich seh die weißen Nebel ziehen.